So we just made a huge mistake.
I don't know. I feel good about it.
Yeah, so good.
So good.
So good.
I feel good. I knew that I would now. So good. So good. I got you.
Bill Murray as Garfield should be a thing that works a lot better than how this movie came out.
Intelligent, supportive, funny. Me.
This is like everything a 2004 live-action Garfield movie.
The world's laziest cat makes his big screen debut in Garfield.
Like this, we're gonna drop the beat.
If someone told you that's what that is, that's exactly what you would expect.
Come on. That's right. Don't sneak up on me, baby. Oh, come on with that.
It's sadder because it's got some talented people involved.
Me.
There's miscastings or like trying to make things cooler than they need to be.
They kind of changed the personality of almost everyone in Garfield, really, to the degree like nothing works really anymore. It's like broken.
It's liver flavored.
Mmm, delicious.
Oh, liver!
Actually, it's liver flavored.
Hungry, Garfield?
You guessed it, Buster.
Okie dokie. Here you go.
No thanks, I couldn't possibly eat another bite.
They were trying to like simplify things and also narratively make some things work better, but it made it less funny because of that.
Yeah.
Like
they have no interesting dynamic between anyone, really.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest example is the Nermal dynamic.
Uh-huh.
Because Nermal in this is not like a cute little tabby kitten, it's an older Siamese cat who's just like his best friend.
Yeah.
Which is not the same thing at all. And I think the intention was so he would have someone to speak to.
That kind of goes away, though, after like the first quarter of the movie.
Yeah, it doesn't really work, but I think that was the intention.
Yeah.
But because he spends so much time mumbling to himself, breaking the fourth wall, doing Bill Murray improvisations, it just feels like unnecessary and tacked on, and Nermal just serves no purpose.
Garfield, Jab brought a dog home.
I am aware, Nermal.
Why would he do a thing like that?
Gee, I don't know.
It just seems like a weird thing to do.
Can we drop it?
Garfield, what are you doing?
No, I'm sorry. We don't have any unwanted items to donate.
Yes, we do. Send this to Abu Dhabi.
Of course, there's the connection where it's like Lorenzo Music voiced Peter Venkman in the real Ghostbusters, and then we have it coming full circle a bit with Bill Murray voicing Garfield in this. But like you said, he kind of comes off as like, low quality Lorenzo Music in this. Like,
It feels like it would be funnier with Lorenzo Music doing it.
Oh, I missed you guys so much. I was so worried about you.
Thanks for sharing that with me, John.
And thank you for joining us. I'm Christopher Mello. Remember, be happy.
That should be enough stimulation for one morning. Nice touch.
I feel like Bill Murray is not hitting that kind of lethargic Lorenzo Music a lot of the time in this movie.
It feels too energetic, which is weird to say of Bill Murray because I think he can do deadpan really well, but it's got to be really deadpan.
John has completely lost his mind. Doesn't realize how important I am to him.
Hey, wait up! Wait up for me! You forgot me!
We really haven't lost anything, Garfield. We're still a family. We still have each other.
Big, fat, hairy deal.
A lot of that issue is just how this movie is written and stuff too.
Yeah, I feel like in a better written movie, Bill Murray is not like a bad choice for Garfield because like it fits, it's still that persona. Like it feels sad to say like around this time they did the live action Rocky and Bullwinkle movie and it was way funnier than it had any right to be.
And so Rocky and Karen's only hope in the whole wide world was Bullwinkle J. Moose. In other words, they didn't have a prayer.
Garfield's 2004 is typical of that kind of movie, but you can elevate yourself above that, and I think Rocky and Bullwinkle succeeded where Garfield did not.
I feel good. I knew that I would now.
Garfield, typically, he should be the one, like, not giving attention to John. John's kind of desperate for it. John's, like, a loser.
142, 143, 144. Garfield, Did you know the bedroom ceiling has 144 tiles?
He fails at his love life constantly, and all those elements are not in this movie. It's like Garfield is desperate for attention from John.
Used to have John to myself.
And John barely even tries with Liz, and she's like jumping all over him.
I worry about him.
You know, you care about him more than any owner I've ever known.
John.
We could all go out together.
John.
Park, dog shows,
John.
stuff like that.
Wait a minute, are you asking me out?
Yeah, like she's like not anything like her character. Like she's not like again deadpan or rejecting him. He's not that much of a loser. Breckin Meyer is simultaneously like too cool to play John and also not really doing much of anything.
Yeah.
So it's just like a guy.
John, I want to come over, just not today. I have to cover for another vet.
Oh, really?
How's Sunday?
Sunday's great.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Just a
just
guy.
some guy. Yeah, he really gives no impression of a character in this movie. He's just someone where these little events happen around him, because there's very little plot in this movie too. Janine Garofalo was supposed to play Liz at one point. And
She would have
turned
been a
it
great
down.
Liz.
Yeah, that would be more how that character should be played.
She's so beautiful.
What do you want? Hey, how did that happen?
But Jennifer Love Hewitt's just kind of this bubbly, happy person.
Yeah.
Much like John, too.
She's
with
playing
Breckin
Jennifer
Meyer.
Love Hewitt as the love interest of whatever loser in whatever terrible comedy of that time. That's what she's doing.
Mhm. Their plot is so nothing. There's this one moment where John comes off the most John Arbuckle in the movie, where he's like, I lost both my pets and I can't live without Garfield.
Yeah.
Yes, Odie not as much, but like,
Take or leave him.
yeah, but it's just like, I'm a big failure. Like, he'd come to Liz earlier, it's like, I lost Odie, and then he comes back, I lost them both, I suck.
Whoops.
That is the most John Arbuckle he is in the movie, where he comes back and says, I lost them both now.
We can't go out tonight.
Why not?
Odie's run away.
What's wrong?
Garfield's gone. I think he's run away too. First Odie, and now Garfield. Liz, I am the worst pet owner on the planet.
I feel like a good John Arbuckle test is if you can do the Garfield without Garfield, and it's still funny.
Yeah.
If you did Garfield without Garfield 2004, he would just be a normal guy who had a dog, I guess.
Yeah. Or
But-
even if you do like the Garfield where he doesn't respond and it's funny,
Yeah.
just like he's a normal cat.
Garfield, lunchtime. I made your favorite, lasagna.
If they had had a bit in this movie where it's like, what happened to your roommate Lyman? And then,
Yeah.
like, we don't talk about him. There are jokes you can do with this and be very funny, and they went for the just like stupid, safe, have Garfield do a dance humor.
So good. So good. I got you. Yeah. Oh. Hey. Hey, Odie.
Hell, we're watching that.
You dumb dog.
That's about
So
it.
much of it is just him dancing.
We were watching this and we completely forgot Stephen Tobolowsky was even in this movie.
Phil Connors, Ned.
We're just like, what is this movie about? It's just him and Odie
Yeah.
dancing. He's mildly perturbed that a dog is in the house.
Get that weak stuff out of here. Is that butt broken?
It's not even as mean as Garfield gets in the cartoons. Like he kicks him off of the
Yeah.
off of the counter.
Garfield would do funny things like, John feeds him something he doesn't like, so the next panel's like the food dish smashing into John's
Yeah.
face. Like, there's nothing like that here.
It doesn't feel mean-spirited enough for
Yeah.
some Garfield. I mean,
Just
Garfield
like a
loves
little
him,
bit of
but, like,
edge,
Yeah, a toothless Garfield
Yeah.
movie. Garfield is an edgy property.
You have to have a little bit in there, otherwise it's just like nothing, which is what this movie is. And there's like no plot till like Odie goes missing, and that's like I think over halfway through the movie. So you're just like, what is the content here? What is happening? like, oh no, John and Liz are having a date and they both like each other. And like John comes to her, is like, I lied, I lost Odie. She goes, okay, let's go find him. Like, okay.
This whole
Whoa.
movie.
I put up posters. I looked everywhere, but I can't find him.
Why didn't you just tell me?
I guess I figured he was the only reason you were spending time with me.
Come on, let's go find him.
This whole movie feels like the Cat in the Hat before the Cat in the Hat shows up. Where it's like, I know I've seen a funnier version of this. It's kind of something, but it feels off. There's something weird about this. Before the horrifying cat shows up. A less horrifying cat, isn't this?
Yeah, he's still pretty bad. It's like, you know, every other cat in this movie just looks like a real cat, and they like CG them moving their mouths and stuff. And then there's this cartoon cat, and you're like, what's that doing there?
This is like all the people like voicing animals in this, or the live action actors in this. It's like a combination of like people who are too good for this to varying degrees. It's like, are they too good for this? Why are they in this? Or they're too good for this, but this is not surprising to me. Alan Cumming, it's like, yeah, he's way too good for this, but we've seen him in a lot of shit. More shit than good things.
Persnickety! What are you doing in here?
I outlived my purpose. Well, then he replaced me with a dog. All humans are the same.
Well, not John, my owner. He only does what's best for me.
He lets you vacation in this charming animal pound. Hello?
Well, I guess I'll go shower and shave.
Thanks for sharing that with me, John.
Nick Cannon, ostensibly too good for this, but this is about where he should be.
Lois, what are you doing in the house?
Man, I couldn't help it.
Look, when he sees you, he expects more from me.
John's got those macadamia nut cookies I'm trying to maintain.
Oh, he was
Richard
in that
Kind
awesome
funnier than this.
Day of the Dead remake.
Oh,
Nick Cannon.
By the power of grace, oh.
Richard Kind, like, yeah, the dad rat.
Yeah.
I can see it, but he is funnier than this.
It's 100% body fat,
Hey, body fat's good with us.
Steven Tobolowsky, this is his element, but he's in a lot of shit that he like elevates. Steven Tobolowsky, like this is where he thrives.
Elevating garbage.
Yeah. This is a real Groundhog Day reunion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Phil Connors, Ned.
That's what I kind of wanted in this movie, like Garfield to come up to him, like, Ned Ryerson?
Ned?
Well, apparently, like, Bill Murray was like, he wasn't on his game, you know? Because he thought that this was a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah, apparently.
Not random Joel Cohen or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh,
so he thought this was going to be edgy,
apparently. And he's like, oh, this is, I could have done the Ghostbusters line, but I didn't think to do it.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
And he had two opportunities to do this, because apparently, depending on what you read, he recorded some of this in his apartment, and then he redid it on the set of Life Aquatic, either in Italy or Greece, depending on who you talk to, because he didn't like his other takes. But I'm glad he threw in an Apocalypse Now reference.
Yeah. I love the smell of cinnamon apple in the morning. It smells like victory.
I guess he's trying to get more depressing with some of his Garfield takes. I'll do it while I'm doing Life Aquatic.
Oh my gosh, how low have I sunk?
I feel like a lot of this was him improvising, but Bill Murray improvisation is not Garfield live action. Like, it feels like it's just not connecting in a way that it
Nothing connects in this movie well. It's a mess. It's a mess where nothing happens for way too long, and they just think CG cat dancing equals belly laughs.
I got a good laugh out of just watching you in despair as this cat dances. Well, it's like, it takes forever to start anything, because like you get at the beginning the establishing, like Garfield watches a lot of TV in this, and he sees Steven Tobolowsky doing a bit with a cat.
Be happy.
And then they see Stephen Tobolowsky. He hates the cat because he's allergic to cats, and he's bitter and jealous of his twin brother, other Stephen Tobolowsky.
The one who still has hair.
Yeah, who still has hair. He's like, I gotta get out of this and get me a dog. I can't have a cat. And then he disappears for a long period where it's just like John adopts the dog because Liz, I guess, says he needs to.
Yeah, he just goes to give Garfield like a checkup at the vet, and then Liz pushes a dog on him, and John's such a wishy-washy idiot he takes it, which I guess is sort of John Arbuckle at least.
I am ready to take a chance. I am ready for a dog.
I think he likes you.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel funny. It feels like she's just being a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you be like, haha, come see me in the back. Can you adopt a dog, please?
Yeah. This vet office makes no sense. They have like a wall of cages where Garfield's getting groomed, and then the waiting area is behind him there too. Everything's just in one room except Liz's giant office.
That's where you get the funny bit where his hair is like Conan O'Brien, and then he does an Elvis impersonation.
Yeah. Wrong one, Garfield. You're more Conan than you are Elvis.
And then a montage of him pushing Odie around and being upset where mild chuckling may happen if you were a child, perhaps?
Yeah. But then Garfield dies when a shelf falls on him.
Yeah, Garfield dies. Fatality.
And then, for some reason, Garfield, he's on his next life. And then he falls out a window into a lasagna truck, which is not refrigerated and has cooked lasagnas just in boxes sitting in the back. He falls through this roof like several stories, so he's dead.
I have so many questions about this lasagna truck, Phelan. Okay, it's a truck just labeled lasagna. It's not even a specific brand. It's just lasagna, like big lasagna paid to be in this movie.
Yeah.
And then there's just boxes full of pre-cooked lasagna, not in any packaging inside it. And there's no refrigeration in there. It's not like it's a catering truck or something. Like, it's just nasty-ass, smelly lasagna out of the sun. He's gonna get food poisoning from this lasagna.
Well, I mean, he already died. He probably dies again once he eats that. And that's when he comes back as that experiment cat who kills that old woman at the end. In the best Garfield comic. Garfield is 9 lives.
You think this is why Stephen Tobolowsky hates lasagna? Because it killed Garfield?
What will you be having today? Salmon, steak, or lasagna?
Steak. I hate lasagna.
That was one of the greatest deliveries in all of...
Judgment Day for Garfield. Judgment Day.
That was one of the greatest deliveries in all of film. I hate lasagna.
I hate lasagna. That's how you know he's bad.
You know, that's one of those like takes where you can see exactly what the actor's thinking. Like Stephen Tobolowsky's like, yes, I'm gonna do the greatest take ever.
I hate lasagna.
I hate lasagna.
There's a part in this that I just love imagining as a Garfield comic with him where he puts the shock collar on Odie and Garfield just goes, that's inhumane.
He sure is flipping for you.
A shock collar. That's inhumane.
Just like, make that a Garfield comic. That's the punchline. Just Garfield looking and then saying that's a shock collar. That's inhumane.
One of my favorite parts of this is when he's watching TV, and I think this is after Odie is lost. Garfield's watching TV, and it's nothing but dog things on the TV. And then he gets to Benji, and they're using footage from the greatest Benji movie ever.
Heavenly Dog.
Yeah, where Chevy Chase has died and taken over, I guess, kicked out Benji's soul.
Yeah. I'm sure Bill Murray had no idea which one, if he even watched this movie after voicing it, but I imagine if he knew, that might give him a little chuckle that Garfield's watching the crappy Benji movie where Chevy Chase voiced the dog.
Chevy's like, well, now you know what it's like to be me. Well, off to record Karate Dog.
Yeah.
Put a bat up your ass.
Yeah.
I don't know you well enough yet.
That's what this movie's missing, John, trying to put a bat up Garfield's ass.
Hey, watch it, pal. I don't know you well enough yet.
John's such a jerk in this movie, though, because it's like he adopts Odie and then just kind of ignores Garfield for a long time until Garfield goes missing, too. And then you can't live without Garfield.
I can't find him. You gotta help me. Okay, I can't live without Garfield.
Well, maybe you should have paid attention to him while he was there.
He was mean to his grotesque CGI cat.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of cute animals in this, even in like bad animal movies. I see the animals and I'm like, aw.
Yeah, she is awing at a part where Garfield's like giving the speech about how Odie's actually his friend. I'm like, why were you eyeing at that?
There was a shot of a cute Cocker Spaniel looking sad. And I was like, oh, I want to pet the Cocker Spaniel.
But it's just like, Odie's actually my friend. Aww.
At first I thought he was a pain, but he's grown on me, like a wart you want to have removed until you realize it defines you in some funny way.
I was so sad about Garfield and Odie. I was touched by the friendship. This is one of the movie pounds where all of the dogs are purebred. Every single one is an expensive purebred
Ridiculous.
dog you would not see in a pound.
And like the cats are apparently the best trained cats ever, because someone comes in to look at a cat and the guy takes a few of them out, including Garfield. It's like, everyone line up, and there's this white line. All the cats move right up to the line and wait there. Like, cats don't do that. Like, you get these like ridiculously trained cats. They can't even get cats trained this well for movies.
All right, let's line it up. Pause on the white line.
I don't need to be adopted, guys. My guy John is coming to get me, I'm sure.
You know, when the little girl picks the freak Garfield cat, it was the most realistic part of this movie. Because when I adopted my first cat, there was a few of them outside of the cages, and the one that was hiding underneath the cages, like, I'm like, that one, I want that one. It was not Ash.
It was Patches, right?
Yeah, when I adopted Ash, she was the one that had all the fur missing and was just spayed and had a bloody nose from trying to get out, and I'm like, I want that one. I want the weirdo with the missing fur. Alan Cumming was Persnickety the cat.
It's funny because Persnickety, right?
It's Persnick Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so you got a
double whammy in that one.
Real good.
And he was the one Stephen Tobolowsky didn't like, so he sent him to the pound, and he wanted to get revenge, and that's why they all they picked him clean at the end.
Yeah.
All right, here's the drill. Cats, scratch like you've never scratched before. Dogs, bite. It's go time.
Fatality.
Rip him apart. Brutal. And that's why Bill Murray thought this was a Coen Brothers movie.
They did. That'd be so funny. They picked him clean, and then Freeze and the narrator like, but they didn't really pick him clean because this is a PG-13.
Yeah.
Rewind. This is what really happened.
Nothing. Now John does come in and say, Ned Ryerson?
This is for stealing my dog and my cat.
Put the shock collar on him, which somehow fits his neck, even though it's the size for Odie, so it would be too small.
Like, Stephen Tobolowsky's plan, I guess, because Garfield dances around with Odie, Odie learns to dance on, like, his hind legs.
Yeah.
And they go to some dog show, and Odie ends up doing this in front of everyone. But the problem is, like, they take a picture in the paper, which is apparently front page news, dog dances, and it shows, like, John, and it talks about how Odie's John's dog.
And then when Odie's missing, he's like, that dancing dog, that's my key to success. And so he goes and picks up the dog and says that it's his. But there'd be a lot of evidence. Wouldn't people be like watching his show and be like, I saw in the paper that like he was giving the ribbon to that, and
you were with the guy. Yeah, he didn't try to rename Odie or anything, and like it's just in the paper him with John Arbuckle, who owns this dog.
You could have called him like Odowski. Like, oh, that's not Odie.
Yeah, it's Odowski.
He knows the dog knows how to dance, but he still uses a shock collar on him to make him do stuff. It's like, well, you can do that with any damn dog. Why'd you get the dancing dog if you're not even gonna just use him what he does?
Yeah, people should recognize that immediately if you put Odie on TV. Like, yep, alright. Clearly stole this dog. I don't know why he thought this would make you famous. Guy with dancing dog.
Okay, I want to talk about some of the leaps of logic in Garfield's rescue of
Mhm.
Odie. So he's trying to figure out where he went, and then he like finds on the back of a cereal box a map of their town.
Yeah, like
know
a
where
very
to go?
cartoony map. Like,
Yeah, well, I guess on a cereal box it would
yeah,
be.
but for some reason it's accurate. Like Garfield uses it, even though it's a ridiculously cartoony, not proportioned correctly map. He's like, yeah, this is how you go there.
Well, I mean, he's a dumb cat. He goes like, oh, that's like a paw, half a paw away. I can do this. And then he goes out front, and then he gets as far as the front yard, and he's winded, and it's funny.
Reached physical limits. Shouldn't have tried it without snacks. Must go back.
It's one of the many jokes in this movie where it's like you could maybe see that in a Garfield thing, but the timing destroys how they do it in the movie.
Yeah, it was almost funny when he hit the window and he became like one of the little Klingon.
Oh, my poor nose. I saw this on a freeway once.
I'm sorry I'm allergic to your cat, John.
Klingon sticky things.
He became a Klingon.
He became a Klingon. He became Garfield.
Yeah.
Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield. That's good. Odie's at the top.
Odie's at the top. Time to eat my lasagna gawk.
Yeah, gawk.
Gawkzanya.
Gawkzanya.
Some nerd probably has drawn like Garfield as a Klingon or something. But yeah, he's using the map to like get to this building, and when he gets in there, it's like this air duct system, this elaborate air duct system that apparently has like a security thing, like a scanner to know when things are in it.
Like it shows them accurately. We're like, oh, there's a slight blockage in the vent system. We see like, let's blow it out, and they just shoot air and send Garfield flying into these empty boxes, which are lined up by the vents where Odie is. Like, you see right in the box Garfield falls in. There's nothing in there. Why do they have empty boxes stacked there?
Well, that's what they get for keeping Odie in the Die Hard building. That's why they're like, we've seen this happen too many times. Apparently Jim Davis is in here somewhere as doing a line like as the conductor on a train or something. There's something on IMDb that's saying he's a drunk conventioner. I think that's a joke. I don't recall seeing anyone a drunk conventioner in this.
Better joke than anything in the movie.
I know we laughed at something, but I don't remember what it was.
It's when Garfield's watching the television, they say what Stephen Tobolewski's last name is.
Oh, right, yeah. He's like, his last name's Schnitzel.
Oh, yeah.
Old Happy Chapman and Odie Schnitzel are going to be climbing aboard that New Amsterdam Limited at 3 p.m. bound to New York City.
Huh? That's his last name, Schnitzel?
They kind of do the Toy Story thing, too, after Garfield's the reason Odie goes missing, because Garfield gets kicked out of the house by John in John's I don't care about my cat phase. Then Odie comes out to be nice to Garfield, and Garfield betrays him and kicks Odie out. And then Nermal and Arlene and all of them are like, Arlene. We hate you, Garfield, because you betrayed Odie.
Any one of us could be next.
There's no room for anybody else in Garfield's world.
You wanted him dead, didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't you, Woody? Yeah, don't you love what Arlene did? Nothing?
Yeah,
Didn't even know
Arlene
it was
as
her.
Cat who was there.
Yeah.
But then there's a quick turnaround after Garfield saves Odie. All the other cats and stuff are watching this on television somewhere. Like, oh, Garfield's a hero. We love him again. The
One
end.
heroic cat.
Yay, that's our story.
Garfield? Hey, he saved Odie! Now he's a hero!
Garfield stole Odie's moment, right?
Mhm.
Like when he did the shock collar, he really should have let Odie have the kill there, take the kill shot.
Let's see what's on the news.
But the thing is, like, is Odie... Like, there's something wrong with Odie, right? Because, like, other dogs talk. We see, like, Brad Garrett dog who hates Garfield and then likes him, too, at the end for some reason. But Odie can't talk, so he's, like, the one freak in this weird cat world. Well, Garfield's also the big freak because he's the weird CG cartoony-looking cat.
Odie lives in fear. He doesn't talk.
CG has improved, but it's still, like... I look at this movie and I see, like, the weird CG Garfield, and it makes me think of, like, Harrison Ford and his cartoon dog in that Call the Wild movie. I'm like, it still looks bad even today.
When it's interacting with people especially, it's really hard to do fur work. I guess that's one thing that worked in this movie's favor, and that they did not try to make it look like a real cat. They added fur, but the fact that it's cartoony, I think, helps it to sell it a little more.
A little, yeah.
I feel like the legs are the wonkiest to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like they feel like they're a weird shape because it's kind of halfway between cartoony and realistic. You were saying too that it's got that kind of floaty feel like Cats 2019.
Yeah, because it's like you see him on the ground and it doesn't like read right. You can tell like nothing's really there.
Hey, I knew you could do it, buddy, if you put your mind to it.
So, I guess this movie was Bill Murray's one big regret.
So do you have any regrets?
Garfield, maybe?
Maybe. Garfield.
Maybe Garfield.
To be a fly on the wall when he's like recording and he realizes it clicks together that this is not the Coen brothers.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's when he realized it, because he was recording and I think watching dailies, I think, is when he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, this isn't Edgefield.
If this had been like super bloody, like hilarious.
This movie was begging for a little bit of edge and like a story. Like, if I was gonna try and develop a Garfield movie, I would take like one of the plots from the specials or something and expand upon one of those into a full movie. Like, this is just kind of sauntering around, then Odie goes missing, and you wrap it up.
They should have used a Lou Rawls song.
Yeah, instead of like when you have Bill Murray singing for no reason, if it was Lou Rawls, it would have had a bit more classic Garfield feeling.
Well, he's a fat cat, a cool cat, nobody's fool cat, but look out, cause here comes Garfield.
Have him do like a cover of some popular song, like he does I Feel Good.
Yeah. I mean, there's songs he sang for the cartoon adaptation of this that they never released.
They should use more connections to that.
Why do we got no homework due, no dates to keep? We wake up slow, we eat, we sleep, we got it good, and that ain't bad.
This would have been a cool thing to see the actual movie of, because this was going to be like, this is going to be a weird thing, you know, where a hurricane destroys like Garfield's place. It's crazy. That's more of a story than was what is presented in that 2004 movie.
Looking at the cover reminds me, there was the part after Odie goes missing, and John is on the phone describing him, and he describes him like the cartoon Odie, but it's not what live action Odie looks like.
He's about 15 pounds, he's brownish yellow with brown floppy ears.
He's some sort of like wiener dog schnauzer mix or something.
It'd be as weird as describing Normal. He's like, he's a small gray kitten.
Hey guys, it's me, your best friend, Normal.
Yeah. Whoa, Garfield's a hero.
Garfield's a hero. This is what Normal sounds like.
No Abu Dhabi mailing in this movie.
Go to Abu Dhabi.
They could have just used Arlene as Garfield's sounding board for talking to another cat.
That's
and had
true, they
the
got
normal
along.
dynamic the same.
That would have added another antagonist, and then someone to be like, hey, that dog's taking over for you. And he'd be like, you're right. And then maybe he gets more proactive, and like, that would have been something. Like, it just felt like two blank canvases.
Mm-hmm. But I'm glad like they had the Stephen Tobolewsky twin, and they're like, that is our sequel. Garfield has a twin. So good, we'll use that again.
You've never seen cats that look alike, especially
No.
orange cats.
Well, I guess we've never seen another cat that looks like Garfield in this.
This cat got a bunch of tumors, or is there something wrong with that cat?
I don't think a cat's supposed to look like that.
The bug eyes, like grumpy cat.
Hey, Garfield, you want to
Bubsy.
knock it off? You're giving me the bug eyes thing.
Sorry about the bug eyes thing.
Don't stare at me. You got the bug eyes. Sorry about the bug eyes thing. I'll be in my office.
You know what? Say what you will about this movie. I laughed a lot, mostly watching you. Like the song starts up and he's dancing and you're like, ugh.
Just I think that's in the whole humor. It's like, CG cat dancing, LOL.
It is. He does the little butt shake and you know they're like, oh, kids are gonna fucking love this.
Mm-hmm. Like that stupid dancing baby thing all over again.
Yeah, it's the Ally McBeal dancing baby.
Like you're saying with John, like I feel like a bit of Charles Grodin from Beethoven would help for when John's supposed to be angry at Garfield, but like he throws Garfield out of the house, and that's about as angry as we ever see John. It's a Garfield staple that John gets mad and he yells, "Garfield!" Like that doesn't happen in this movie.
No. It needs to be someone who's really like a grown child.
A loser.
Yeah, he was a loser.
He comes back like he goes, "Hey Garfield, I failed everything in my day today," pretty much. Like that is a lot of it.
There was a moment it felt like it was just begging for it. Like Breckenmeyer comes in and he's dressed in the suit from like the meme.
Hey, jerk! Disco is dead.
When you see John
trying
dance,
to be cool, doing the
trying to
disco
do the cool
dance.
You could have had him try to do the cool dance, and then like that part of that is him trying to woo over Liz.
Yeah.
And like maybe they were trying to subvert it a bit. Like it's always like the guy trying to win the girl over. What if it's the girl trying to win the guy over? I don't know, but it didn't work.
It was just, there was nothing to their thing. It's so boring. It's like, imagine a romance where they just kind of get along and nothing happens.
Yeah, I thought it was really weird when Breckenmeyer punched Stephen Tobolowsky, and then as they walked away, he went like, "Finish me off!"
Yeah.
Finish me off! Come on! Don't leave me like this! Kill me!
Kill me, you coward!
It was weird. Like John, I guess, partway through this movie, vowed to not kill people anymore.
I've become a Buddhist. If Steven Seagal played John Arbuckle, this would be the greatest movie ever made.
Garfield, I'm really disappointed in how you've been treating Odie.
I thought when I should go in, and then I try to make out with Liz, and she doesn't want it, and it's really funny.
Yeah. It's so great.
It's great when you force yourself.
I force myself on. Yeah, that's real funny. I know humor.
What if when the dog is dancing, I go out there and then I dance better than the dog?
Yeah. Who cares about the dog? We all love him more. And you zoom the camera in because I'm not fat.
And then during the chase, I grab onto the back of the car. And then I go like, "Garfield, you suck."
We all love Garfield. I hate Mondays.
Garfield.
The sequel doesn't even need to have Garfield because I can kill him.
The tale of two Steven Seagals. I could play Garfield and John Arbuckle. I've got such a wide range.
I wish Garfield was like classic sarcastic Garfield more often, and that's a mode Bill Murray definitely has, and it does not come out a lot in this movie.
No, it just felt like they were trying to get too many one-liners and talk to the camera and sassy rather than like sarcastic. There's there's a line there, and they were going a different direction. I don't think that's necessarily like Bill Murray's fault. That might have been what they directed him to do. Maybe he was just trying to get the energy up because voice acting, it's hard to do deadpan and not become like just nothing. So I don't know.
This is why Lorenzo Music was so good at that.
Yeah.
I just realized that I understand this cat, and I am this cat.
John's my friend, and I'd do anything to help my friend no matter what. Unless, of course, there's something good on TV. Oh, can't miss that. Hey, John's life can wait.
Everything fell apart except Stephen Tobolowsky, I guess. This movie was a big fat hairy deal. Let's call Garfield and complain on the hotline.
Good morning, sunshine.
I feel good. I knew that. Hello? Hello?
I don't like this movie, doesn't look too friendly. This bootleg is so fake, that toy is gonna break. Famous, don't let me down, you need to be around. Grab that chocolate pizza, I even like it cause I want. Famous, so famous, bring on mortal comedy. Famous, so famous, an animation movie. Famous, so famous, what really is so fun? Famous, so famous, what's your opinion about?
What am I gonna do? I've waited for the night my entire life.
Hey, John's life can wait.
Garfield!